Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders apostles, Great Millstone, from who learn the truth, and will well. Say shalom to the hopeful elect. Yes, we'll get into some various topics going into prophecy. Things are going on. There's a lot of things going on. So much is so you can't really keep up with all the things, but nevertheless, I'm trying to touch on two things. First, I want to get in this article in CBS News. It says, Texas police group puts up billboard warning, enter at your own risk, saying Austin defunded police. Okay, this was uploaded yesterday, September 11, 2020, 6:40 a.m. It says, cities way cutting police budgets. The Texas, and this is all due to what? That police violence, which has been increased, is all part of the plan. Not only the part of the plan, the elite, but a part of the plan. How about Shimon Shah? Because what? When there's no police, this city and all the things going on due to COVID-19, okay? Whether this everything's on lockdown, playing people losing their jobs. Brothers have done videos about the evictions that's going on. They're only increasing. Okay, people struggling to get food banks being overrun. Okay, I did that video before. It was 10,000 people in a day that went to one food bank. Okay, so all these things are coming to what? It's going to be that big collapse. It's going to be all this train heading right off the track, so to speak. But nevertheless, it says. The Texas Municipal Police Association, TMPA, has put up 2 billboards along Interstate 35 entering Austin after the city council voted last month to cut the Austin police budget. One of them reads, warning, Austin defunded police, enter at your own risk. The second says, limited support next 20 miles according to the association. Yeah, so it's going to be limited police support, man. So now all these people who had trusted in Babylon, the great so-called America, Egypt's going to fail, man. Okay? Lord of the rebellious children that trust in Egypt, man. Lord willing, we'll get some precepts after I read this. It says TMPA, the largest law enforcement association in Texas, said on Facebook it released the billboards, which include the hashtag #BackTheBlue, to raise public awareness that Austin is a defunded city, man. Okay? And you see these tweets or whatever. Man, it's beautiful, man. Talking about some keep Austin funded, man. This is what we want. We call a lawyer. How about Shimon Shah for breaking this godforsaken place down, man? This horrible place, this wicked place. You got transgenders all over the place. I just seen some thing on I posted on Instagram. Basically, you had Ronald McDonald and the Burger King kissing each other, man. Okay, homosexuality. Talking about some love conquers all. Blasphemy, man. Lord willing, in the post-production, I'm going to put on the screen to see what I'm talking about. But it's just blasphemy, and this place is sick, man. And the sins of this place of Babylon has reached unto heaven, okay? And it's time for this place to pay. And this defunding is going to be what? It's going to lead to more sedition amongst men. You're going to have people begging the police to come back. Then you have people, so-called BLM, okay? Israelites talking about some, no, keep the police gone. You got people invading one another like the scripture says, man. In these precepts. So, it's like, phone was freezing a little bit. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seeing earthquakes, we're seeing plenty of earthquakes, and upwards of the people, we're seeing plenty of upwards of the people. Lord willing, I'm going to play this, Lord willing, I'm going to pause it right here, I'm going to play this video about what's going down in Colombia right now.
Videos of encounters between police and citizens, and right now a viral video out of Colombia's capital city is causing a lot of public outrage. Now, we do want to issue a warning that the footage you're about to see may be disturbing to watch. Now, in this video that went viral, it shows a man in Colombia's capital city being pinned down on the ground while police shocked him with a stun gun multiple times. He can be heard on that video begging for their mercy. The man has been identified as Javier Ordonez, a lawyer and a father of 2 young children. Now, within 24 hours after he died in police custody, thousands took to the streets in Colombia in demonstrations that then turned violent. Officials say that dozens of police stations were set on fire, several city buses were destroyed, and numerous banks and businesses were damaged. So far, at least 11 protesters have been killed, and around 115 police officers and nearly 250 civilians have reported injuries. And dozens dozens of those injuries were caused by firearms.
Wow. And how does this case then compare to what we're seeing here domestically in the U.S.?
Well, a lot of people are drawing the similarity and the parallel from this case to what we...
Okay, so as you can clearly see, there's plenty of upwards of the people, and that's going down in Colombia. You so-called Colombians are Israelites, from a tribe of Asher. So again, this is Jacob's trouble. This is okay, as it's written, a judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. This is why the Lord said this. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna finish this off right here. It's verse 3 again. It says, "Therefore, now shall be seen earthquakes, and upwards of the people, like in the world, like I just showed you." Okay. Remember Minneapolis not too long ago? They just burned down a whole bunch of things. Whether it's agent provocateurs, nevertheless, there's still real people protesting, and pretty soon it's gonna be people protesting about the fact that everything's on lockdown and they still get evicted. They can't make any money. The world, Babylon is crumbling before our eyes, and it's beautiful. It says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and ending effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved," okay, how we be saved, "and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, where ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning." Okay, so that's the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3, which we're hoping and striving to be part of. That's why we do these works. Today's Saturday, today's camp day. Okay, gotta go out there and preach. We hoping Yahweh Shimon Yahshua has a covering for us. Because very soon, I used the brother Bakar Moth just did a video. I go to his channel real quick. Know what I'm talking about. He just did a video. Basically, it was this guy on Instagram who commented. So they saw in the Instagram comment section, they said the Hebrew Israelites was right. And exactly, we are right, man. I watched it. I don't know if they took it down. They may have took it down, but nevertheless, hey, that's the time we're in, a fan of the word, But nevertheless, he did a video, a live stream, and maybe it just hasn't uploaded yet. You saw them messing with the YouTube. Nevertheless, he did a live stream, like an hour-long live stream, and basically about this comment someone left on Instagram said that Hebrew Israelites is right because it was about the things going on in California, man. Okay, so it's about we're coming to that time where people about to realize that we are the prophets and we telling the truth. They're gonna stop persecuting. They're gonna start what's the word I'm looking for? Scoffing and mocking. They're gonna start actually seeking answers, but it ain't gonna be no answers, because it's gonna be too late. Why? Verse 9. "Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despisefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, where they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain." Okay, so that's what's coming, man. That's what the Lord said this, and I believe is that Sirach? It's like, yeah. Here we go. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Okay, so I'm gonna keep reading. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease." Okay, the grinders, who is that? The grinders are the people in the workforce. Okay, that's why you saw over 10 million and tens of millions of Americans that lost their jobs. It's only increasing. Okay, I just watched another brother did about them getting them evictions. It's plenty of people getting evicted, man. I saw this one video of this Jake. Okay, they were Israelites, but they got kicked out. They didn't have a car, didn't have a new place to go. They basically said all the furniture they had is going to go to waste because they don't have anywhere to put it, man. That's going to be a lot of people's situation very soon. It says, "And the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low." Again, the sound of the grinding is very, very low, okay? The workforce is only going to get shorter, man. Hey, brother's been saying for years, starting with the Elder Apostles, Great Millstone, been saying for years they're going to replace these people with robots, and that's what they're starting to do. I seen some article about some Walmart employees, etc. It's going to be replaced with just like machines just to scan out. It's not going to be any more cashiers, etc. It says, "When the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the darts and music shall be brought low." So that's exactly what time we're in, man. Let me get this. The infamous Jacob's trouble, man. It's gonna be horrible, a time like no other. Jeremiah 30 and verse 6, it says, I'm sorry, verse 5. It says, and for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness, man. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The only people who are going to be saved out of it is the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3, who hearken to the voice of the prophets, who hearken to the voice of Yahweh and Yahushua. You know, when it wasn't a must, you know. Well, I mean, it is a must, but you get what I'm saying, before all these things took place, like I just read for you in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now the creator in the days of thy youth, before the evil days come nigh, you know. And people want to answer, they're going to get down with this. They're going to be asking us questions once it personally affects them. We tell them it's going to affect them, but they don't want to believe it right now, you know. But nevertheless, see, how about Shimon Shah is going to look out for his people, you know. It's we're getting the second Edges 15. Because again, I talk about the police being defunded. Remember, it says I'm gonna go to second Edges chapter 15 verse 14. Woe to the world of them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, the modern day sword is the gun. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. That's like what we're seeing these upwards of the people. Okay, back in Colombia, kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, I'm about to lock everything down. For because of all this chaos that's coming, it's only going to get worse. And wait till that famine comes. Okay, when that famine comes, then it's really people are really going to start uproaring, man. They're not going to be able to feed their families, man. You can have cannibalism. It says because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And men are already afraid, you know. It was this video the brother did, I believe his channel name is Behold the Physician. It said Edomite was talking about 7 of his friends committed suicide because they couldn't, their businesses shut down, and they can't keep up with everything. You know, how about Shimon Shai's plague in Egypt, man? Okay, it says for because of their verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, so the same, and the reason this is happening, look, I got right here, because their pride. Ultimately, the world has a big tab to pay. Okay, all these heathens have to pay for what they did to the Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and ultimately 2/3 Israelites have to pay for now returning to Yahweh Shem Shah, you know. So I mean, that's just going to be. And again, there's police being defunded. You know, they literally put up signs. Let me go back to it. They put up signs that said, it says enter. Texas police group puts up billboard warning: enter at your own risk. Say Austin defunded police. Exactly what we're saying. Exactly the prophecy in Second Edges 15th chapter. You know, they're not going to regard the kings or princes. And ultimately, with the police being defunded, these police who's left, they didn't, like Elder Tahar always says, you know, they didn't sign up for this. You know, their people are going to be they're going to look, these so-called what's left of the police. They're going to be looking to protect their own families, man. So it's going to be a free for all, man. It's going to be chaos, and the elites ultimately is Yahweh Shimon Shai through the elites, but they want chaos to happen, so that way they're going to let chaos happen. You know, their depopulation agenda, they're going to let people be chaos, kill each other, invade one another. Then they're going to send in the troops, you know, to really depopulate people, send people to FEMA camps, etc. You know, I just did that video about 2 or 3 days ago. It was like a 30-minute video about the FEMA camps, you know. It's talking about trying to put in legislation, you know. Man, what do I want to get? Probably second Edges 16th chapter. Yeah, here we go. My second Edges 16 and verse 8. It says, the mighty Lord sent the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten the power of his presence? You know, that's exactly the time we're in, the plagues, you know. In Matthew 24. I did a video about this because, you know, that video about that Jake got thrown out. Whatever, he told the people to leave and completely trash his house, you know. But ultimately, a whole bunch of things are going on right now, man. It was Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay, so in I used to do that video yesterday about that said even Eve knows. So when Eve, we got the nigger woman talking speaking prophesying on the airplane. Hey, that's how you know we at the end, man. Okay, everybody's heard the true gospel of the Hebrew Israelites. Everybody's heard your family members, your friends, Okay, people, when you go out there and teach, we're all across the internet, you know, they putting us on the news, etc. Hey, we told everybody has heard the truth, whether they want to accept it or not, whether 1/3 or 2/3. So when all these plays happen, hey, we ain't gonna be able to do nothing for them, man. You know, this. But the point was, it says, "This shall the end come." This is how we know the end is coming. You know, this is going to be the end of Babylon the Great. Let me get this. I'll wrap it up on this. It's Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, and so she may be healed. Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven, is lifted up into the skies. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna read verse 10. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh Shemel Shai, our power. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. We're rejoicing that Yahweh Shemel Shai is breaking this bitch down, man. We're tired of this place. We're ready for the kingdom. You know, Yahweh Shai is very, very close. With chariots and so-called UFOs, you know, yeah. Hey, you've had so many chariot signs recently. I looked at one about the one in Japan, you know, in the sky, clear as day, you know. Hey, that's what's going to be. Hey, you see that? Brothers did that video about I seen that video, but this article basically saying that the so-called Esau is trying to paint the narrative in his news. He's talking about some of these so-called UFOs that declared war, being in some type of airspace or whatever, you know. But nevertheless, hey, how about Shemel Shai? That's that war in heaven. That's prophecy of Revelation 12, 12th chapter, the war in heaven. Okay, that's Esau, Edom in his Air Force. Okay, America in their Air Force versus Halashah and the angels, you know. So that's what it's ultimately going to be, you know. But Lord willing is edifying. We're in beautiful times, chaotic times. But how about Shemel Shai, like I read, is going to keep his men, you know. Let me get this. Psalms 91. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. You can read the whole thing. It's a beautiful chapter. But nevertheless, I was going to get a point. It says Psalms 91. I'm sorry, verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, that keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. What's the Lord in his son's name? Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yahweh is the name who they call God. Yahweh, Yahweh exists. Okay, Yahweh, he exists. Okay, Yahweh Shai, he delivers, he saves. Okay, it says, he shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Yeah, we're hoping to be beamed up on those chariots, you know, after, you know, this great tribulation. You hope to be saved, you know, like I tell you in Psalm Isaiah 65, my servant shall eat, but you should be hungry. And we've been trying to do right by Yahweh Shemel Shai. We've been trying to do these lessons, go out there and preach. Brothers, don't eat abominable foods. Okay, pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all the things against the scriptures, you know. Okay, don't celebrate these wicked pagan holidays, you know. Hey, brothers, don't follow the law, don't get just the basics, you know. Try to live right, you know. And brothers, spread the truth, you know. To spread power, how about Shemel Shai, you know. So Lord willing, we be kept. You know, this Psalm 91 applies to us who've been sincerely been diligent ever since we first heard the calling, whether you're new or like me, or you're old, like the elder, old in truth sake, as far as you know, in a long time, as far as the elders apostles gave millstone, you know, the Lord willing is edifying. We give all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elders apostles gave millstone, more in truth, well, and shalom to the hopeful elect.